You recently said if I main evented WrestleMania before I left, I don't know if I would have came back.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
I think that's just about being a goal-oriented person. And again, I already mentioned it. I made such a big deal about it before, and I put so much pressure on myself, and everybody knew that like that was my target. And I almost think it was used against me in a way. It was dangled like a carrot because they knew like this
Yep.
is something I wanted. So they knew they could, manipulate me based on that. And now if I did it before, because there was so much bad blood and not the greatest exit, if I had already done it, I don't think I would have bothered to kind of like look back. It would have been a closed book. It would have been a been there, done that, experienced it, don't need to do it again.
Right.
Because to me, it's all about the experiences. Like I want to be the best I can be, and you have to surround yourself with better people, better wrestlers, better players,
Yeah.
smarter. Like coach is a coach for a reason. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Um,
We were just talking about a particular coach.
Yeah, we don't got to name names or anything, but I'm always in pursuit of, trying to be, even if it's just that 1% better every single day. So I need those new experiences, and I need to operate and perform at the highest level under the brightest lights with the most pressure. So that's why I always chase that Mania main event. And I really do think if I had it prior to me coming back, like I would have been less inclined to come back.
So with that being said, a goal-oriented wrestler, what is left for you to accomplish in this sport?
So much more.
Okay.
So much more, because my perspective has changed drastically. I think wrestling can be, I call it a sport. A lot of people don't. Some people call it sports entertainment. Lately we've had this this rash of people calling it cinema, and it's a little bit of everything. But to me, it's a sport. I don't know why my Siri just started talking to
listening.
me. Yeah, maybe she should do the interview. might get more hits. To me, there's so much more about wrestling than just the in-ring stuff. Especially now, my perspective has changed. So, we need brains behind the operation. We need coaches. We need people who are passionate about it and who are smart to the business. And sometimes the best wrestlers don't become the best trainers or the best coaches, just like how the best players, Jordan, Kobe, you didn't see these guys like coaching.
No.
Everybody's different. There's different levels to everything, but then you have those players that maybe weren't even, the brightest players on the court. They make the best coaches. They're X's and O's guys. I think I'm one of those guys. I think I'm one of those rare guys that can be both. So that's, to me, what is left for me to do in this business. A lot of it is giving back. A lot of it is treating the young guys and girls that are coming up, sometimes the exact opposite of the way I was treated. Old school mentality and all that. A lot of the bullying and the hazing and like all that stuff has gone away. And I think I was a big catalyst to sort of help that, instead of trying to be like a hard ass about everything. I was the one inviting people like, no, you come here, sit here. If anybody messes with you, you let me know.
Yeah.
We'll handle it. Like, because at the end of the day, it's a business. And yes, it can be selfish, and it can be individualized, but these are my teammates. I want to see everybody succeed instead of, just trying to make sure I succeed, and I don't care if everybody else fails.
I mean, you've also publicly been very vocal about paying homage to who came before you.
Absolutely.
And obviously and I think all sports are kind of like it, and I think our sport has moved away from it. It used to be more like fuck with the younger guys, and you don't really know what that does to the younger group, So to be able to open the door and let them see behind the curtains of someone like yourself who will be a Hall of Famer one day, I think that helps bridge the gap with kind of this younger generation having more respect for who paved the way for them.
Yeah. I was a punk kid, so I understand when I see other kids who are like, I know everything. I get it. That was me at one time. But there were still people that made me fall in love with this that I respect to this day. There's people that I am trying to fill the shoes of that I know it's an impossible task, but I'm the old guy in the room now, and I look at the locker room, and this generation's a lot more vocal about it. Whereas my generation, you kind of didn't want to expose yourself as being a fan.
Okay.
You know, it's more of like an act like you've been here kind of thing. You know, but now I look at it like, you know, like one of my mentors was Harley Race, and I have zero pictures of me and there's no individual pictures of me and Harley. There's group pictures,
Right.
but I never wanted to be like, hey, Harley, can I take a picture with you? You know, because I didn't want to just seem like, I don't know, a fan.
Yeah.
And this generation's a little bit different. They are enthusiastic, and they're like, I hear it all the time now. This is why I say I'm the old guy in the room. I watched you when I was growing up.
They call you OG?
Yep.
Hey, my kids call me OG.
Javon Evans.
Yeah.
Javon Evans. Yeah, calls me OG.
Yeah.
Calls me Pop. That's a good one. I didn't know how I felt about that one the first time that happened. I was like,
damn it. Come on, guys.
Are we being condescending here, Javon? No? Okay, good. Well, then if it's all love, it's all love. To me, there's no reason to not embrace it.
Right.
There's no reason to dye these beautiful gray hairs. Like, I am who I am. People, you know, it's not like my birth certificate's like a hidden thing. Everyone can look me up on the internet, Wikipedia. They know when I was born. They know all these things about me. I'm not trying to hide it. I'm trying to embrace it. You know, like I'm really enjoying who I am in this skin of mine. It's great.
Would you say for your career that, you know, obviously we'll talk about what you feel like some of your greatest matches were, but this upcoming WrestleMania 42, is this, would you say, the biggest match or one of the biggest matches of your life?
I'd say it's the biggest. And it's not hard to say that. I think every match I'm going to have is going to be the biggest match. But this one especially, it's WrestleMania. It's Roman Reigns. You know, you tune into Monday Night Raw, you'll be hard-pressed to find me saying anything nice about him. But I think in this setting, you know, you can't deny who he is and what he's done and the levels that he has helped bring this company to. Huge superstar, you know. And anytime you get two people who can arguably be called like the best of their generations colliding, I very possibly out of pocket and egotistically said this would be like if you got the one-on-one game between like Jordan and Kobe. Because you can argue stats and you can argue numbers, and me and Roman can go back and forth. Well, I sold this many t-shirts. Well, I sold this many t-shirts. Well, my longevity. Well, I did it. The argument's always going to be there because it's not anything that's ever going to happen. Right. You're never going to see Jordan lace him up against, you know, Kobe or LeBron. So it's like fantasy warfare. And to me, that's what April 19th is going to be. You're going to see, you know, two of the best. And we don't have to say like, hey, it's 2011 CM Punk against like 2019 Roman Reigns. Like, this is it, man. It's 2026.
Here we are.
We're both here live and in living color, and we're going to get it done.